good afternoon. I know I normally don't stream around this time. That's because I'm at work. Yeah, and while I'm multitasking, so I might be on and off. Anyways, so we're gonna like quickly do the job UI. So we finished the stats UI. So let's get on to the job UI. So here we have our info panel with our panels, and then we have our stats panel. Now we're gonna go on to the job panel. Um, so we're gonna actually copy what's inside of the stats panel. I think we already have some of it. Yeah, so we already have the title. So we're gonna copy the stats frame and put the same inside of the job panel. Okay, and now let's make it visible because the stats is visible. Make it invisible. And now job is invisible, so we make it now visible. Okay, let's make this one invisible so that we can, oops, I mean transparent so that we can better see. Well, it's not that much of, okay, yeah, it's not that troublesome. Just leave it. Okay, so all right, so let's go. Let's change this to job info. Okay, so here we're going to put different things. So we have our grid, so we have different information. After I thought about for our grid layout, we actually put instead of having grid layout left and right, we're going to have only going down. So instead of these, we're gonna use a list layout that way. So I'm gonna create a frame, and obviously it directly went into that grid layout with two values inside. So we're gonna copy, let's say energy and energy title, and put them into that frame. And they're gonna have like the very same properties as the first one. So we'll use UI list layout for these, and they're going to be, the list layout is going to be horizontal, so they're one after the other, and alignment is going to be center and also center. Vertical alignment will also be centered. So the reason why we see it like this is because it's in a grid layout. So we're gonna delete that grid layout and we're gonna add a UI layout instead, a UI list layout. And this UI list layout for this one is going to be vertical, correct? Horizontal alignment will be center and vertical alignment will be top, is correct. We will add the padding in a bit. Actually, let's just do it right now. Scale, let's put 5. That's too much. What? Oh, because we're using scale. Sorry. If you're using scale instead of offset, scale is a percentage. So it has to be a 0 point something. Otherwise, you will not see it. So 0 point on the y-axis, so 0.01. So now this is our frame. Everything else, we will delete them. Okay, so this frame, we don't want to see the background, fully transparent. And list layout usually puts it in order. So we're gonna put the title has to be before the information. So for the title, we're going to make sure that it's we have a layout order here, so 0. And this one it's also 0. So that means it's gonna be random. So to make sure it's not random, since this one is 0, we'll make this one 1. That way it's gonna be ordered by this. So now we have the title is going to be before the information. Okay, so this is how we're going to do this. If we do some duplicates, we can see we realize that, okay, well, that's too much space. So we're going to make our frame smaller, uh, shorter, like here, like this. Okay, so around this is fine. So that means we actually don't even need a padding because there's enough space in the frame. So if we duplicate, there we go. Okay, so you guys can have a better idea. So now let's do this. So each frame, the first frame, by the way, these as well, they have a list order, so we can put numbers on them to make sure that they're always in the same order. Sometimes it looks on your screen. Hi. I'm sorry. I did miss the chat. I'm always missing the chat. Sorry. Yeah, so the you know what? Let me fix that right now. There was a way to have an overlay. Okay, hold on. For the chats. Let me do it very quickly in settings. Cause okay, somewhere in settings, then I think it's not advanced in general. Disable, no, configure. I'm gonna get show. No, I will find where. I'm pretty sure I did it before. However, I'm hoping that it's not an option that's only if you have like if you're paying, because I stopped paying for it since I don't use it as much as before. Okay, so not here. There was definitely, let's check notifications. Okay, there was definitely a way to see the chat outside, um, on top of what I was doing. So just give me a sec. Let me try and get this, because I know I'm always missing you guys chat, and that's not nice. So sorry. Okay, so um, come on. Can't find it. Okay, I know it's there. I don't want to by accident stop end the stream. So I will have to look for it later if anyone already knows. Yeah, you can just send it to me. I'm using Streamlabs. Okay, so let's get back to it. So the first frame we want is the title of the job. So we will actually write job title. So job title, and then obviously we're gonna put this job title, and then oops. So this one is gonna be the job title. The second one is going to be the value. So we'll just name it value, just to not have to go through writing it for every single one. So we'll delete these, and we're gonna keep the same file. Okay, so now this is layout order 0. So the title, let's change it right away and change this to job title. Okay, and the value, we're just gonna clear it. Okay, we will be replacing it later on. Okay, so this is 0. So when we duplicate, whichever is second, we're gonna right away change the layout order to 1, because if we don't, as I said, it will be random. So for one person, it might show this order, and for another person, it might show a different order. But when you put the number, it will always follow that order. Okay, so the next information for the job after the title is start date. So let's put start date. Okay, before I put all of them, let me just put a bunch. So duplicate this one, and then it will be order number 2. And it will be the work days, um, days completed. Uh, we're gonna duplicate, and that's going to be quota achieved. Duplicate. Oh, my throat hurts. Boxes collected. I forgot to change the order previously, so that was 2. So this will be 3, and this one will be 4. Uh, See, I messed up because I hadn't put the numbers. They were already changed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, but I just made, okay, so next, duplicate after boxes. So 4, we're gonna have 5 here, and it's going to be apples collected, and then 6 will be oranges collected. Okay, and notes. The last one is going to be notes. So 7 is going to be notes. Note. Notes. Like this, we're going to have notes. Okay, so let's start changing their text. So job title. Honestly, to not have to put this title to everything, we're gonna name them all titles. So you can rename all of them at the very same time by selecting them all, and then you come here, and then in title you find a name, and right here we're just gonna name it title. Okay, and we can also, and now we're gonna change the values. So if I change the value here, it's gonna change for all of them. So with this one, we're gonna do one at a time. So this one is gonna be start date. So that's the first day you started this job. The next one is apples collected. Whoops, not in the value, in the title. Apples collected. The next one we've got here, title, oranges collected. Next title is days completed. Next title is notes. So the manager is gonna leave notes on there. And then next title is quota achieved. And our next title is boxes collected. If you're wondering why the order here and there are different, I'm about to tell you in a second. That's because in our Explorer, everything is out in alphabetical order. However, even if it's in alphabetical order here, it's not there. And if you see sometimes it's not in alphabetical order, that's because of the time it was created. However, if you close your Explorer and you reopen it, you will find out that they were put in alphabetical order. All right, so let's now okay, so all of their values are empty. So now let's put in the information. Um, okay, so where we're gonna put that information is through, I'm just wondering where is the best place to update that. Because we could do it in, let's check out player data. I think that we do not send a notification to the player when job information is updated. So let me just check that whether or not I'm correct. So let's go to oops, stats, yeah, player data. In the information that's there, jobs is not among it. Okay, just as I thought. So what we're going to do is we will duplicate, oops, Control Shift D, we're duplicating, and we will put one for jobs, and we're actually going to put a number, and I will explain to you guys why. So jobs will have a value of 0, so every time it's been updated, it will increase by 1. So that way we is at least we get to know that it was changed, because if we have to go check the database constantly, that's not good too. Okay, so let's do just that. Okay, so set attribute jobs 0. So when we do an update, data type equals all. I'm just checking what happens. Okay, we update all of the attributes at once. Later, I'm going to change it so that we do not update too often. Like only if we're change one thing, we don't change another thing. Okay, so let's see. So jobs. Mm, jobs. So when we update, if the data type equals jobs, we can do this here, but that is, I'm just checking that it's gonna run this script every single time. And there's also a chance that we do an all version that includes the job, so we wouldn't know. Um, Okay, so we're gonna create a function with that to make it simple. We're gonna make a um an event, a remote event, because this player data is happening in the server. So we're gonna make a remote event to our UI to update the jobs when we need to update our jobs information. So I'm just thinking by default, at least it should start with default information. So let's just go to our jobs, info, panel, job. Be right back, guys. I'm multitasking at work while I'm screwing. Hi, sorry. I know that, yes, I know that I'm constantly not paying attention to the chat. Sorry. Hold on, I'll be right back. I just thought I was about to say be right back because I'm multitasking while I'm at work. Okay, I'm back. So like as I told you guys before, I'm on a laptop. So I actually, so it's kind of hard for me to have the chat open while I'm scripting. So I can only check every now and then. Okay, so yeah, we're not gonna put that there. Um, Okay, so yeah, so our job panel, we're going to create a script, a local script here for updating our jobs. So we'll actually put it all the way there. Job info. Oops. Job info. I'm trying to move. Oops, I'm trying to move the wrong thing. Okay, so right here we're gonna have our script. Okay, so update UI. I'll call it update UI. So it's gonna update UI for this one. So let's see local job info panel equals script dot parent. Okay, and at the beginning we want to get the player job information. So we will wait about 5 minutes after the player loads, and after that, we're gonna start getting the job information. So local, we're gonna request. Let's just copy another code and copy paste another code to make it much faster. Um, We have some other, where's the player? Starter player. Okay, I'm just checking which one where we use, not there. Jobs. Okay, yeah, where we're using data request so that we can just copy this. So we're just gonna have data request and data update. We actually, I don't think we ever need to update, but we're gonna do data request. So we're gonna get their jobs, local jobs equals data request, and we're gonna invoke server, and we have to pass, okay, so they automatically get the player, but we want to pass that we want jobs. We want to get their jobs information. So let's just close that now, just making sure. Okay, so now we have the jobs information, and then local job. Um, actually, we'll say if, because sometimes they might not have more than they might not have a job. So if jobs get children, okay, I'm gonna put well, too much trouble. If jobs get children, the number of that is than greater or equal to 1, greater than 0 pretty much, uh, then then we're going to start, actually less or equal to 0, then return false. So that means it's not going to continue to the rest of the script, okay? So now if it is more than 1, we're going to continue to the rest of the script. So local job is equal to jobs. Because for now, I'm going to make it, you can only have one job. So the very first one is going to be your job. And let's do a test by, we're going to print, we're going to print my job before we start putting information. So let's see if the output is going to give us my job. And I'm too long, 5 seconds too long, we'll wait 3 seconds. The reason why we're waiting is just to give it time to get the player data, okay? Okay, so we have a table, so we can't get children in a table. Um, whoops, not get children. I forgot that, yeah, our jobs is a table created by self. Hi, Mr. R. I finally caught someone. I'm always missing you guys when you pass and say hi. Hi. Um, okay, so we were trying to print job. I never printed job. Okay, so let's do our print jobs. Come on. Let's see what our jobs look like. So print jobs. And oh, I know why now. Because it's an associative array. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there we go. It's an associative array. Okay, so there we go. And we have our job. Okay, so we have our job info and we want to get the very first one. So if we do if jobs, because then it's fruit, to find it is a fruit picker, so we have to find how many values are, how many keys do we have in this array. So I think it's length. Let's see if it's table dot length. No. Okay, so jobs. Sorry, I'm not good at manipulating that in Lua for our jobs. Oh yeah, we have a scripter. We have a scripter here. Hi. Yeah, so if we want to get how many items we have in a table in Lua, yeah, let me know which one of you guys get the answer before me. Um, so jobs. So it's not table dot something. Jobs dot. We need to know how many um what's the length of this table. So we're gonna print, let's just put 1. here. If not job one. Okay, and in the meantime, we're gonna see how we get our number of the length of our table. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it says 0, which is not which we definitely have information in our table. So I'm just gonna give me a second. Okay, so what we're going to try is to see. Oops, I opened the wrong. I have too many things open on my screen. Okay, so back to the UI. So what if we put jobs one? Whether or not we will get uh we have to close and start over. Our output shows nil. Okay, so okay, we already know that the first job is fruit picker. I mean, we can cheat, but that's not good for the long run. But for now, we want to complete our UI, so we're gonna just have to do it this way until I'm gonna come back to that because we're running out of time. As I said, I'm at work and I'm multitasking. So the job name is fruit picker, so we're gonna cheat. But afterwards, we will come back here. So let me just put all of this in comments. And I'm gonna make a huge note of we're coming back right here. I like to use stars, but sadly Lua does not use stars in the comments. Okay, to do. So we're gonna come back to that in a bit. Okay, so local jobs equals. So now we have the job, and we're gonna now put that information in our UI. So let's have our UI right available to us. Okay, so then we're gonna start with our job info panel dot. We already know the job title, but we check job title dot value dot text. Oops, dot text will be equal to our job. So if we want to know where we have, this is the array with our job info right here. So it would be job dot where are you? Apply date. Okay, we will change that because our apply date is not in the correct format. So I will show you guys in a bit how to change the format. Um, okay, so we're just gonna put that for now. And the same for all of them. So we're gonna just duplicate. So we have job title, we have start date. Oops, that's not supposed to be our job title. Our job title is fruit picker. But we're gonna do that dynamically in a bit because maybe that's not the job you will choose. So start date, we have apples collected, we have oranges collected, we have days completed, which else we have quota. I'm gonna do notes last. Quota achieved, boxes collected, and we have notes. Okay, so let's just see we have everything covered. But we'll find out in a bit. So apples collected will be dot apples collected. Actually, I used the very same word. If you didn't use the very same word, then of course you have to put in something different. Hi, hello. Okay, so then oranges collected, then days completed. We actually wrote it days employed in the database. It's called days employed. And quota achieved is written quota achieved. Boxes collected. Oh, it's actually boxes loaded. And notes. So now notes is a little troublesome because our notes is an array. So what we're gonna do for the notes is a for loop. Um, note in pairs. Oops, I wrote on in pairs for job dot notes. So for each note, we're going to do this. So in pairs do, okay, and then we're gonna add the notes to the notes one. So we're gonna do a plus equals, actually a dot equal, hold on. Yeah, because it's a text, then it's a dot equals. Oh yeah, dot equals does not exist in Lua. So we have to actually put the previous text uh plus the new text. Okay, plus the new so each note. Do I have any notes? Yeah, I was top employee because I was the only employee. I was the only person playing. So of course I will have top employee all the time. Okay, the food is starting to smell good. I don't want it to burn because I'm preparing supper for the guys where I work at. Okay, so cool. So I think we are ready to check and see what errors we will come up with. Okay, we have nothing has been okay. Oh yeah, because we made it hold on. We made it with for a while. So we don't have our days completed or our quarter boxes collected. So apples collected is fine, oranges collected is fine. Notes do not show. Okay, so boxes, quota, and days. And we're definitely sure that we have it. So let's go and find out. So boxes, quota, and days. Let's go back here to the UI. So boxes collected, boxes collected, value.text is job. So let's go back to our, so we're gonna print it to see what it looks like again, because we might have copied the wrong thing. Unable to assign property text, string expected got nil for line 17. Oranges collected was not, okay, so we see. Let's print a job after we found a job. Okay, so it didn't find the apples, oranges. I'm only doing this so we can get the table of with our information. Now we can close it. Okay, so we have it right here in the log. So we're gonna open it and check which ones we copied wrong. Okay, so far it was wrong from oranges, I think. Okay, so oranges collected. It said from line 17. Okay, so from apples collected. So apple. Oh, we don't have. Oh yeah, yeah, we do have apples collected. It's written correctly. Oranges collected is 8. Days employed. Days employed is 56. So, but here we have days. Oh my gosh, be right back. I'm bringing stuff. Okay, okay, it didn't burn. I didn't burn things. Well, let me check the chat again. Like every time I move, I make sure I check the chat again. Okay, so I did burn things. Okay, so let's go back to yeah, so days completed. So job info panel, days completed. I'm checking if I can't spell. Dot value dot text equals days employed. Unable to assign property string but got nil, but we clearly have it right here. And quota achieved is right there. 1 second, I have to get the door. Hi, 1 second, please. I'm just gonna mute for privacy. Okay, back. Sorry, someone. Cause I said I'm at work, so once in a while I also have to go and answer things. Hi, TD player and Twin Craft. Okay, so let's continue. We're just placing the values so that they appear here. Let's go back to coder achieved. Um, when we update our UI and boxes loaded, job.boxes loaded, it's written correctly. Okay, so we should not have had any issues. So let's check what it's telling us and try and decode. We have to wait 3 seconds. One, two, three. Okay. So it tells us it got nil. Unable to assign property text dot string expected. Got it. Okay, so our miss on line 19, our error is not in the day. Oh, day employed. It's days employed with an S. So yeah, we like just one letter, and I looked at it like 3 times and I had not noticed it was missing an S. Okay, so now we have all our information except for notes. Okay, so now for notes. Um, we're going to fix that. I just realized the error. I did a plus for notes, but as I just said that right before, and I did the same thing. You have to use dot dot, and we're going to actually put it on a new line. And to put it on a new line, you use /n. Is it forward slash or backward slash? We're about to find out. I think it's forward slash. So wait 3 seconds. Yeah, it's not forward slash, so it's a backslash. So let's just do that and put it at the end. It just showed me that we want to put that not at the beginning, but at the end. At the end, so that because we don't want the first one. Oh, I forgot to put the backslash. Okay, so we have day 21. We're a top employee and other things. Okay, so come on, update UI. Yeah, so it's a backslash, sorry. The backslash is, where are you? I'm trying to find it on my thing. Okay, so there we go, backslash n. We're gonna change our notes the way it's written a little bit, so notes will be a little different from the rest. Um, the value, we're not gonna put it one on top. We're not going to put it like the rest. We're going to put the notes under because notes might be a bit longer. So let me just go in properties of our list layout, and it's going to be vertical instead. And the and center horizontally. So notes is here. List layout is vertical, and we also want vertical alignment to be in the center, which it is. Title. Okay, that's because our title is not centered, so we're gonna go here and put it centered. Center X center. Okay, so now we have notes, but we're gonna put a little more space. Um, we're gonna give it a little more space from the oops, from the ones at the on top. Okay, so maybe not put, yeah, leave the 2 dots anyways. I find it looks weird with the 2 dots. So I will remove the 2 dots at the end. Yeah, okay. So let's see what notes look like now. Gotta wait 3 seconds for the information to get in. Okay, so notes day 1. Okay, so we're gonna also change we want that centered as well, and it's too close one to the other. Okay, we're gonna add a padding on the scale of 0.01 again. Okay, so There we go. This one will be centered as well. Okay, and now we should have a big difference. Okay, uh, we want more space between the title and here between the title and the values. Other than that, the rest we see are fine. Days completed. I've done 62 days. My quota achieved was 7 times. I only loaded one box, and apples collected were 49. Oranges collected 8. Boxes collected is wrong as I see it there. It should be boxes loaded. So if we go back to our boxes collected, the title should actually be boxes loaded, not boxes collected. Okay. And here, let's also change it to boxes loaded. And obviously we have to update it here and say boxes loaded. Okay, so our UI for this one is fine. Oh yeah, so we need to change the format of the date. Um, which we'll be doing later because I need to find a global format for the dates, which I want it to be the same everywhere. Yes, hi, and yes, I know I'm not answering people so many times. Everyone's getting angry at me. I mean, you guys are right because I'm on a laptop. You guys probably missed when I said that, and I cannot see the chat. It's hard to have the chat visible while I am doing that. I probably, you know what? Next time I'm gonna put the chat on my phone. I'm gonna put the chat on my phone. I'm gonna open the stream on my phone so I can have the chat open while I'm streaming. That's actually probably gonna be a good idea. I will do that, and that way I can also to write something because when you guys probably think I'm fully ignoring the chat. I'm not fully ignoring the chat. It's just that the moments you type, I miss them, and I check it every now and then. Okay, so yeah, I think for now that's it. Yeah, we did want to move the notes a bit further back. The title and the value are too close. And value, that's because we have our Y alignment centered. So that's why it's pushing information above this line. So we're now going to change it to the Y alignment from the top. So that way it's going to write below and not at the top. And you guys are going to see now that it's fixed. And that will be for now. I have to go back.